What is going on, Alpha Hunters? Hope everybody is having a wonderful day today. Um, it is a wonderful Wednesday. Enjoying from yesterday's bullishness. Questions? Let's find answers. Quarter over quarter GDP this morning. All right. Boom. There we go. All right. So let's see what happens. Let's see what happens going into close. Um, had some nice continuation. Bullish here today. I mean, we had a huge bullish day yesterday, man. There's no denying that. It's very strong. The market's got a couple days here to see if it can kind of start to reverse that. Or we're probably just gonna get pushed higher. I mean, there's nothing really. Um, all right. Sorry, I just got a text. I wanted to reply to that. Group chats, man. Group chats. People be making funs and shit. But yeah. This morning had a nice little gap up. We did get GDP this morning, so we can take a look at that here in a sec. Nice little gap up though. Kind of hung out for the first 15 minutes. Push higher for about 20 or so minutes, 25 minutes. I get the hiccups for whatever reason. I don't know why. Trying to suppress them. I don't know if that helps or makes it worse. But then we had 15 minutes of just straight pullback. We actually got negative there very briefly. And then we bounced. Did we take out the high of the day? We did take out the high of the day on this run we had for roughly. Oh wow! So the first hour of the day is actually red. Yeah, big huge upper wick there on red upper wick. Then we got a couple hours of just kind of very slow trickle higher. Took out the daily high right there about an hour and 15 minutes ago, and then very slowly started to roll back over past 15, 20 minutes. Yeah, pulling back a little bit. So we'll see what happens here for the next hour. I have no takes. I'm just trying to do the homework, trying to figure out what's going on. Qs are doing pretty good today. Yeah, they're the ones kind of moving the market right now. Tech, big tech. So we'll take a look at some of that stuff. IWM, nice gap down, definitely a nice push higher. Okay. DIA, the Dow Jones Industrial Average ETF, nice gap up. Ran pretty strong there first 25 or so minutes, 30 minutes, and it dropped pretty good there for about 30 minutes. Very sideways move there for a couple hours. Okay. Equal weight SP 500. Nice pop. Nice drop. Kind of very slow trickle higher. It's kind of rolling over too. Okay. So most of the major indices have the same kind of power. 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 Pattern kind of going today. So we'll see. I mean, if they're all moving together, you know, that's kind of good. I mean, that kind of just tells you their money's going into the market or out of the market. It's kind of just broad based. It's not really like just cherry picking stocks. Let's see here. Let's see. No, I'm trying to. There we go. All right. So AAPL. AAPL was pretty strong this morning. I was actually kind of surprised. Yeah, you see pretty large move coming in today on AAPL. I mean, it's up over 1.5%. I mean, the major indices today have not even been close to that. We have this huge gap, though. We do have a pretty large gap. It might be on its way to fill that up to about 190 area, which is another 3 points higher, which today it's up 3 points. So, I mean, it could do that maybe over the next day or two. We'll see. We'll see. If it's kind of an interesting spot here on the market, if we kind of just continue to sell down, maybe we get down like 0.25% today. So nothing crazy, right? It'd be nothing crazy. We just end down like 0.25% to 0.5%. Nothing big time. But then we do that again tomorrow. It kind of puts into striking range to come back down on Friday to get back down to where we opened the week or where we closed last week and undo everything that was done on Tuesday, which would be a big deal. Big deal if that were to happen. I'm just saying if that does happen, that would be a huge deal. That would be a massive upper wick there on the weekly time frame. That would be back-to-back upper wicks on weekly time frames. Now this one, the one this week, obviously we took out last week's high, so that would be even more important if that was to happen. So take a look at this. Week over week, not week over week, GDP growth rate quarter over quarter forecast up 2.4%. Was the forecast right? Last quarter we got 2%. So prior quarter we got 2%. Forecast was 2.4%. We actually came in at 2.1%. Okay. Turn off log here. Log doesn't do any benefit. Really kind of surprised that. I mean, I'm not really that surprised, but I'm really kind of surprised. So I was about to say, I'm really kind of surprised at how strong the market has held up. And to be pretty honest, I'm not really all that surprised, and a lot of it has to do with, well, you know, we just got stimulus. I mean, we just got those two acts that were passed last year that were have provided stimulus into the market, and the Inflation Reduction Act and the CHIPS Act. So both of those have provided stimulus into the economy, and it really has thrown a wrench in some of the plans. And that's kind of where I'm just like, dude, they have got to like control themselves and how much they look to like pass spending bills, man. Because God, they it's just like they just do it like they're going to the grocery store. Like they have to do it. Like they don't. It's just ridiculous, man. It's just ridiculous. Um. Anyways, that's kind of my thoughts. Um. All right. Let's see. VIX is down pretty good. Okay. Dollar got dropped off early this morning when we got the GDP. Right, we got the GDP. We dropped off. Dollar's getting a nice little rebound here. See what happens. Understand something like I know the dollar's going to crush here over the past 2 days, but it's not like we are in a major kind of like bearish trend here. What's kind of interesting is we did come out and take out these lows from this consolidation that we kind of had. Dang hiccups. And so far, we're throwing a pretty large lower wick today. I mean, we'll see how the day ends. But I did mention last week if by Monday, Tuesday, we wound up getting back down to the low that we put in on Thursday. And we kind of did that yesterday. Definitely did that today, right? So, yeah. Dollar. Not looking as strong as it was when we started the week. We'll see. Gold's up today. All right, it makes sense. Dollar's down pretty good. 10-year yield is not really dropping off as much anymore. Starting to look like it's trying to base out here. Everybody's fair was like super optimistic about the market because people think, oh, the yields won't go higher because the economy is actually not doing as good. And it's like, okay, so which side of the coin do you want for the market to go up? You want the economy to do crappy? That leads to a recession, possibly? Most likely? Okay. Or they have to keep raising rates. Neither one of those scenarios sounds great to me. And that's just where, I mean, like, there's just so much hopium, man. Hopium and FOMOism. FOMOium. Just FOMO is just ridiculous, man. Oh my gosh. Anyways, yeah, that's the SPY. That's the major markets. The GDP number was not as strong as what forecasters were thinking. So there's Apple. Been pretty strong today. Very strong open today. Microsoft negative. Microsoft is down a quarter point. Okay. Microsoft. All right. Alphabet's up 0.5%. Kind of a choppy day. Pretty flat, actually. I had a nice little run quickly this morning, but other than that, been kind of flat. So that's Alphabet. Here's Meta. Meta's down. Meta's down quite a bit, actually. Not quite a bit, but a good amount. Okay, Meta's down pretty good. Amazon sideways, kind of a doji coming in today. Okay, yeah, kind of just hanging out. And then that's Amazon. We got Tesla. Tesla's negative, had a nice little gap down, did run into the middle part of the day, and it has pulled back ever since. See what happens there. Yeah, Tesla had a rather large move on the day yesterday. Okay. So that's Tesla. Okay. Nvidia. Nvidia continuing to try to push higher. Coming back into the sell box. I kind of put up there before earnings. Yeah, we'll see what happens. It might go pop this top from the gap up and trade lower on earnings day. We'll see. AMD throwing a pretty good upper wick today. Yeah, ran bullish up into the middle part of the day, and then it's just pulled back. Pretty much ever since, hitting right in that 20 daily moving average. Okay, that's AMD in Intel. Up 0.5%, nice. Gap down, traded higher. Hasn't really sold off as much from the daily highs. That's doing pretty good there on Intel. Okay, doing pretty good there on Intel. Got Average Joe. Average Joe tomorrow after the bell. Earnings. Gap up, had traded lower. Nice little run there into the middle part of the day, but basically flat here on the day. It's up about 0.25%. Not really doing too much there on average Broadcom, Average Joe. Let's see, Qualcomm. Gap down 0.2%. Okay. Micron. Ooh, Micron pushing higher though, up 2.5%. Nice move there on Micron. Yeah, it's just been a slow grinder, kind of the whole day. Looks like some kind of news announcement. Something happened, like right here. You see the volume uptick. Something happened right there. This is from yesterday. Interesting. Something happened. Something happened about an hour and a half after the market opened there for Micron. Okay, so that's Micron. So that's all the semiconductors. Any outliers kind of coming today? What is this bright red thing? Oh yeah, Hewlett Packard and Hewlett Packard Enterprises. Let's check out both of those. So HPQ, nice gap down on earnings. Nice gap down on earnings, down 7%. They missed on top line by almost 1%. They did beat on bottom line though. Okay, and then HPE. Here's the enterprise side, the business side. I think this is like more servers and clouds than anything else. Basically flat revenue. They basically came in line. They did beat on bottom line by about a little bit over 5%. So nice. Yeah, gap down and it just got bought up. Basically was even in about the first 15 minutes. Very nice move. Flat there for the past like hour. Okay. Yeah, a very nice move there on HPE. Intuitive Surgical, ISRG. This is like the second day in a row they're moving quite a bit. Yeah. Intuitive Surgical was up almost 3% yesterday. Today it's up 2.5%. Nice. Okay. Intuitive Surgical looking pretty good there. What else? I'm gonna go hit sector rotation. It looks like utilities are getting hit pretty good. All right, sector. There we go. Wait, what? There we go. I was like, there's something wrong with my chart here. Don't look like normal. All right, there we go. Yeah, you can see, utilities at the lower end of the day. Tech getting a pretty good uplift today. They were getting a pretty good uplift yesterday as well. Discretionary is actually getting hit pretty good from that. About noon Eastern. Coming down pretty good during that time period. So there's only two 2 sectors that are actually positive on the day. One's energies and one's tech. Industrials and discretionaries are basically flat. You got financials, real estate, healthcare, materials, staples, and communications all underperforming there. Obviously, utilities is way down there. During the day, taking out any kind of gaps, tech and discretionaries doing pretty good today. Materials, energies, real estate, industrials, communications, financials, staples, healthcare, and utilities. Okay. Okay. So, yeah, still risk on today. I mean, we're seeing big tech perform pretty well, except for Meta and Alphabet. Meta and Alphabet not really doing the best. What was what is that? 3 minutes of just poppage there, man. Just yeah, that's weird. Okay. So interesting. Deere is doing pretty good today. See what they're doing. Deere basically flat open there on Deere, but basically has gotten bought up the whole day. Okay. Cat. Flat open. Very strong first 25, 30 minutes. And came back down. Cat, nice little upper wick so far. Deere, man, look at that push. Jeez. Very nice. It's getting pretty close to filling this gap down from earnings. We'll see what happens with that. Okay. Any big news today? PC sales were unmitigated disaster for the likes of HP and still look dreary. Ooh, that's not good. Stocks trade mixed after downward revision on to GDP. So I'm gonna guess last quarter there was a downward revision.
Gums are swollen.
Oh, is that blood?
Oh, that's cool. So glad the audio was on. Stocks. Kind of curious to see what the downward revision was. Move mark. A refresh reading GDP showed economy grew at 2.1% in the second quarter, compared to previous official estimates of 2.4%. Okay. Both releases will set stage for Thursday's PCE inflation report and Friday's August jobs report. Yep. Yeah. Okay. Well, so you're not gonna share what the revision was? Sweet. All right. Well, thank you very much for that worthless headline of an article. Yeah, there's not much else. There's not a lot. Why Putin may help Trump again. Why do I care? Yep. Apple's gonna have a new iPhone event. Rumored iPhone event. September 12th. So that is 2 weeks, I believe. Basically 2 weeks on that Tuesday. So be ready for Apple to be trading pretty crazy on that day. Probably expect bullishness up to that day, and then expect sell off that day and the following day. Typically how it goes for AAPL, which I know it's doing pretty good today. So I guess. Yeah, I guess it's got plenty of room to move back higher here over the next 2 weeks. Tuesday, September 12th, iPhone event. Let me put a vertical marker out here. Vertical line on September 12th. There we go. All right, there we go. For now, that'll be there. What else? What else is there? MasterCard. Visa looks to be doing the normal thing. What is this? Is this Estee Lauder? EL, yeah, Estee Lauder. EL doing pretty good today. Looks like maybe it's finally changing its trend because it's been in this downtrend for most of the year. This looks to be one of the better days on the year. Up 3% today. They're up almost 4% back on June 15th, but man, it hasn't been easy going this year for EL. Lowe's is doing pretty good today. Oh, okay. Lowe's is doing pretty good today. Up a little bit over 1.5%. Home Depot. Home Depot's up about 1/3%. Okay. Costco down 0.4%. Target's gonna have such a hard time. It's basically in that zone of it's retesting after this breakdown. Not saying it doesn't get through it, but man, you can see how much it was just kind of riding sideways in this area, and then it broke down in the past 2 weeks. That's a tough one. Walmart doing good. It's up 0.5%. Okay. Yeah, things are doing pretty good there. Oh, AT&T. They still. Ooh, AT&T had a very nice pop yesterday. Yep, that's what you want to see. I know Diet will be happy about that. I talked to him last night. He didn't say anything. He must have been quietly happy. AT&T popping. How much was that yesterday? Popping 4%. What are they? A big tech company now? AT&T doing pretty good. All right. Kind of flat today though, but Verizon, same thing. Verizon popped pretty good. What did they get yesterday? About 3.5% yesterday. Verizon though, kind of flat on the day. All right. Let's see. How's Dominion? Previous 4 days, Dominion was doing pretty good. Kind of a sideways doji day today. Down about 0.6%. Yeah, we know utilities are getting hit today. Off the lows. Yeah, we'll see. Nothing crazy going on there. There's not a lot crazy going on today. Let me see. Let me check. I'm gonna check the earnings calendar. See if there's anything interesting to look at. So yeah, we looked at HPE, HPQ. We looked at we can look at Box. I don't even know. I don't even know what a lot of this is. Cons, I do know it is. I'm really surprised they're even still around. But we got some pretty good ones today after the bell. So tomorrow on the live stream, we got some pretty good ones to kind of look at. CrowdStrike, Salesforce, Okta, Chewy, Five Below, heard of. And then tomorrow morning we got Dollar General. That's always a good one to pay attention to. UBS. They're a big time bank, so people will listen to that. Broadcom, then tomorrow after the bell. Yeah, that'd be a big one. All right, let's take a look at Box. Wrong. Box. Ooh, Box down 11%. Damn, that hurts. So they were flat on revenue. They beat on bottom line by 2%. Okay. Is this the old Dropbox? Is that what this is? I think so. I think it is. Okay. Yeah, not much earnings between. Yeah, yesterday after the bell and today. So it's fine. We're past a lot of the major earnings, so it starts to get like ramped down. Um, Let me know if there's anything you guys want to take a look at. I'm kind of good. I'm not trying. I'm not being active right now in the market. I'm just not. I'm kind of apologize on that, but there's just not much that really is exciting me to do anything one or the other. I'm just kind of surprised that we're still remaining bullish. I'm not really surprised, but it's just not fitting into my plan, and I'll just gladly wait. It sucks. I'd rather be in the market than not, but it is what it is. But yeah, watch out if we do start to roll over, especially like today, going into tomorrow, and continue down Friday, and we throw in another upper wick. I mean, it's going to set up kind of an ugly picture going into next week. So that'd be two upper wicks in a row, even though we did gap up on Monday. And if we could break down on the stock market, one scenario would be if we just start to roll over here on the stock market as we go into the rest of the week and the dollar isn't getting back up to the high that was at last week or the beginning of this week, but it starts to, I mean, it continues to push higher, but it's not like pushing the highs up around 104, 104 and a half. And the same thing with the 10-year yield, how these have pulled back. But if the stock market starts to drop, but these are just slowly ticking higher, that would be something to watch. If these slowly push higher, but the stock market really starts to sell back down to kind of where it started the week, where it ended last week, that would be an interesting scenario. So I mean that's about it. That's about it. That'll probably be what I kind of look at and talk about tomorrow. Because I won't be on the live stream Friday. I'm not gonna be on the live stream Friday, but yeah, if we don't hold up throughout the rest of this week, then the market sets up really bad going into next week. I mean, it'll be really bad. So, that's about it. I don't really want to waste your time. Kind of just went through, looked at a few things. Did look at GDP. Oh man, tomorrow, yeah, we get a lot of information tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow's live stream will probably go a full hour because we got a lot of information to kind of look at. It'll be the last live stream of the week, so I definitely want to make sure clear on some scenarios for how we could possibly end out the week. If core PCE is higher than expected, that is not a good thing. That will not be a good thing because we've seen the past two economic data's points that we've gotten. We've seen the market respond very positively, right? They've come in weaker, and that has led to lower yields, which the market has responded very positively to that. So if PCE goes higher, personal income, I don't know how personal income would kind of fit into that. Spending goes higher. Yeah, spending goes higher. Personal income goes higher as well. Yeah, all of that higher or beating their forecast. That would probably continue to raise or put yields probably back to higher levels. Probably continue pushing back to higher levels. Dollar back to the higher levels. That kind of stuff. Which the market won't like, right? The market will probably be bearish on that. So we'll see. Tomorrow is a pretty important day. PCE, personal income, personal spending. And we'll talk about it. Alpha Hunters, have a great rest of the day. Take care.